What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL NBA content, want to see some more gaming content soon, just leave a like, and if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Now, let's get into this video. Listen, much love to Marshawn Lynch, man. Much love to Marshawn Lynch. If he decides to come back, I would love to have him. I would love to have him. Like I said, Marshawn Lynch decides to come back because, it's 50-50 right now. We heard reports that Marshawn Lynch might come back. He might stay in retirement. And I support whoever Marshawn Lynch does because, Marshawn Lynch, he's just a fun guy, man. Real talk. He's fun in retirement. He's doing TV shows. If he wants to do that, that's cool because Marshawn Lynch is a legend. He will forever be loved in the 12th. And, it's just like that. But if Marshawn Lynch decides to return and give it another run while we try to make a quest to Tampa, listen, I would love to have Marshawn Lynch back as the fullback, man. Real talk. Chris Carson is going to be back. That's going to be our number one running back, no doubt. Okay, we're talking about a top-tier running back there. I don't have to keep on explaining it. We got Rashad Penny back. That's pretty much our third down back. We got the running back situation cool once they get back healthy. My thing is, why not bring Marshawn Lynch on limited snaps with the fullback position? You know how good of a fullback Marshawn Lynch will be? I mean, just to, take a few carries away from Chris Carson just because, he's getting back in the groove, fresh off an injury. Why not give a few carries to the fullback / running back Marshawn Lynch? Great in short yardage. He came fresh out of return. He came fresh off the couch and was still a top red zone running back. I mean, the one thing you can always rely on Marshawn Lynch is to fall for it and get those extra yards, man. That's what we love from Marshawn Lynch, and he still provides that to this day. And he can be a solid blocker, man. He's still got that big body frame to come in and push the pile. I think Marshawn Lynch will be perfect. He'll be great for the locker room, great chemistry. You saw how good, how much he was loved by the locker room. Everybody was so excited to see Marshawn Lynch back in a Seahawks uniform, man. And that's what we can need, especially when we go on this championship run next year. So if the reports are out and he is coming back, I would love it. I think it'll be amazing. I think it'll be amazing to have number 24 as the fullback of the Seahawks. Just my thoughts. As far as the other free agency news, because I want to speak about some free agency news too. Clowney, Jadeveon Clowney. I want to start off with Clowney, the big name, our biggest free agency priority. I say we resign him. I really do. I say we resign him. I know it's 50-50 with the fan base. Some people, don't want to resign him. Others do. But my thing is, you can't let a talent like that go. Okay, I know we get a draft pick back if he decides to leave, but I don't care. You're not finding a Clowney late in the first round. I'm sorry. There's a reason why Clowney was the first overall pick in the draft. Clowney is just a stud, man. He is, and I know he has injury concerns, but he played for most of the season last year, and he gave us a lot of good production, man. A lot of people just look at the sack numbers, man. A lot of people want to look at the sack number like he just gets 3 sacks, and he doesn't have enough level. He doesn't bring the amount of pressure on the field to him being able to get paid how he wants to get paid. I'm telling you right now, you take Clowney and you put he's just an ordinary pass rusher. They're just put it in Madden terms. Instead of having Clowney out there on the edge, put a 75, 76 overall edge rusher and see if our defense is as good as we were last year. No, it wouldn't. I'm going to just answer that for you. No, it won't. It won't. Jadeveon Clowney, first thing first, is one of the best run stuffers. In my opinion, the best edge rushing and run stuffer in the entire NFL. I mean, how he was containing the edge, stopping the run, that's what Clowney has done his entire career. And when it comes to the pass rushing, a lot of people just can't look at the stats, man. This is why I tell you, stats is overrated in the NFL. And also in the NBA too. Pretty much in all sports, stats are starting to become very, very, very overrated. You gotta look at the game, man. How many times has the offense kept a running back in the backfield just as an extra blocker? How many times have we seen Clowney double team? They keep an extra tight end and a 22 personnel just to have him be an extra blocker for Clowney. And you know what that opens up? It opens up pressure for other rushers. It opens pressure for Quentin Jefferson, Jaron Reed. It opens pressure for Raheem Green and Zeke Ansah. That's what Jadeveon Clowney does. He just makes the entire team better. And I know a lot of people don't want to quote unquote break the bank, but to win a chip, you gotta make some risks. And that's a risk I'm willing to make. Play that type of talent. He's talented. He's 6'5", 270. Come on now. We can't let that go. We can't let that go. We got a championship to win, man. And we're not going to get better at getting rid of a Jadeveon Clowney. I'm sorry. We got to bring him back. So, with that being said, when it comes to other players on our edge that we can that we might have to let go, like a Zeke Ansah, I'm cool with it. Zeke Ansah was inconsistent this year. I know he was fresh off an injury, but Zeke Ansah, if he wants to make the money that he was trying to make last year, we can let him walk. I'm cool with that. We can go draft another edge rusher there. And then we're perfectly fine, because then that leaves Raheem Green, LJ Collier can get right, and then we draft another edge rusher. Cool. Now, I want to stay on the defensive line still and speak more free agency. I want DJ Reader. I really do. I want DJ Reader so much, man. I want that premier nose tackle who can stop the run, and he can be a pressure up the middle, man. I want that. I need that. I need DJ Reader on this team, right? Jaron Reed, he's an upcoming free agent. Okay, cool. If Jaron Reed decides to go, I won't be upset. Jaron Reed has a lot of talent. I like him as a pass rusher, but if he wants too much money where we can't, pay for a DJ Reed, I'm cool with it. Still got Poona Ford. We can bring Al Woods back. We can sign Quentin Jefferson, and we're straight. We're straight. And the fact that we're going to draft another edge rusher in the first round will be good. That's the type of championship defensive line we need right there. And that'll put us over the top. Whether what we do with Michael Kendricks, I don't know. First, it's just a lot of things going on with Michael Kendricks. Of course, he just torn his ACL. We'll have to see what happens with him when it comes to the law. I'm not sure that was dealt with, but I'm not sure what's going on with Michael Kendricks off the field. We'll have to see how that plays out. But you know how much I like Michael Kendricks on the field. He was our fastest linebacker. He wasn't our best linebacker. He's not as good as Bobby Wagner or even KJ Wright, but the amount of speed he brings as an outside linebacker is something that you really can't replace. Or, you can replace it, but not without paying, other top free agents. I mean, we'll have to go out and get a Nigel Bradham. If we were to get Nigel Bradham, that would be cool, letting go of Michael Kendricks. But then again, how much money are we spending? All right, we're going to spend money on Clowney. We're going to spend money on DJ Reader. Somebody's going to get they're going to have to get the go. I already talked about Zeke Ansah. I already talked about Jaron Reed. They got to get the go, and maybe that's Michael Kendricks too. So maybe we go out and we draft the linebacker in the second round, third round, or we go out and we try to sign Nigel Bradham, or just a solid outside linebacker that can bring some of the same attributes that Michael Kendricks brought with the speed and tackling ability. And the last thing I really want to speak about too before I go is, yesterday was the draft combine interviews. They were, talking to all GMs, all coaches. My man John Skidnider, the GM for the Seahawks, he spoke about some of our needs, and he definitely spoke about nickel cornerback. Now, I know some people like Amadi, some people don't. My thing is, we're trying to make a run this year. I want to go out for a nickel cornerback. That's one thing I want to go. There's plenty of nickel cornerbacks out on the market. You got Chris Harris, you got Bradley Roby, Logan Ryan, Darquise Dennard, Brian Poole. I can use any of these cornerbacks. They can come in, they can shore up the slot. We can keep our secondary, the rest of our secondary in place with Shaquille Griffin, Trey Flowers, Kequan Trey, Bradley McDonald, strong safety, and we can get things pushing, man. We can keep things pushed in the right direction. So, overall, that's how I feel right now when it comes to my Seahawks. I like where we at. But my thing is, if Marshawn Lynch does decide to return, we got to bring him back. as a fullback. Must, and I mean must. We gotta retain Jadeveon Clowney. I don't care if we break the bank on him. You don't let a talent like that go. Okay, I know some people say, well, you can go out and you can get 2 solid edge rushers, but 2 solid edge rushers aren't going to bring the level of production that Jadeveon Clowney is. Jadeveon Clowney is a top 5 edge rusher. He is, and you're not replacing that. So, at the end of the day, that's how I feel. And we'll see how things play out, man. But that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm from now on. I'm out. Deuces.